Okay, so now let's see how you can deploy your application, and it's it's quite easy. Remember that when you compile the output, that is the compilation, all the JavaScript and everything that is an asset of your application is inside the TMS web folder, and here is the name of the configuration that is used in order to compile. Remember that in the debug mode you are getting a map file, and this is also considered like the source code of your application. You can get the source code back from it, and this is used for debugging purposes. So the goal is that you don't use the debug mode in order to deploy your application. What you need to do is to compile for release mode, and this is easily done if you run your application without debugging information. Okay, if you check on the dprog here on the if you check on the release, okay, there is this parameter that is set to true by default, which is the obfuscation. Okay, the goal is that the output, the JavaScript output, is hard to inspect or to crack or whatever. Okay, so if you run for or without debug mode, you are compiling for release. So we are going to do it right now. So in order to run without debugging, just switch to that option and simply click run. If you pay attention here, there is an obfuscate, okay, which is obfuscating the output project. Okay, and this is the same application. Okay, but if we inspect what is the output here, okay, there is debug and there is release, and here there is no map file, and this JavaScript, as you can see, is obfuscated, so it's harder to read or to modify or whatever. Okay, and how do I deploy this? Well, let's open this folder. I'm going to switch here to another desktop, another space. Okay, this is the folder that contains all the files that need to be deployed. Okay, so I'm going to use software in order to connect to a website. Oh, sorry. Okay, this is what is actually there. Okay, it's the same here, so I can freely delete this. To delete it, and then I select all these files and folders and I upload them directly. Okay, that's it. And then if you use your browser, okay, this is what you get, and this is already on the internet, and you can go back and forth, and it's a pure JavaScript application that you have been developing using Delphi based technologies and Pascal.